Hi everyone, I am your host, Kimanie Campbell, and my show is Crushed but Not Destroyed. And my show seeks to uncover the untold stories of persons who have been abused through it either sexually, physically, mentally, or emotionally. But my focus is really on persons who had experienced childhood trauma, because a lot of us are walking around with a lot of hurt, with a lot of pain, with a lot of guilt because of what others had done to us when we were children. And we did not have the platform to convey how we were feeling or what was happening. Some of us had the opportunity to talk, but when we did, persons called us names, and because of who we were saying that did what they did, persons did not acknowledge it, persons did not believe it. And I created this platform, this safe place where persons can come and share their stories. They do not have to be here in person, and due to COVID protocols, most of my interviews will be done on Zoom. So it will not be a face-to-face interaction, but there will be no diluting of anything. Everything will be as how it should be, and for persons to be able to convey their message to us, to you, right? Because I don't know, but this feeling came, this thought came to me and said, hey, why not do a vlog or a podcast about persons who have been hurt in their childhood? Because a lot of us have been hurt. Adults hurt us, and even some of the times when we have been hurt as children, we grow up as hurt adults, and we hurt others around us. We take out our anger on other persons. Some of us even end up being abusers ourselves, because we do not know anything better than that, right? And the objectives that I intend to get or to put across on this vlog, on this podcast, whatever you will want to call it, is that you can never know what a person is going through just by looking at a person. And my objective is that we go around with kindness, and we go around not judging persons because of how they look, because no one will ever know what a person is going through. Some of the persons who will be on this recording or these episodes, they are persons that you would not even think that they had gone through this. So never judge a person, and always ensure that when you're going around, you go around with kindness, because you do not know how one speck of kindness can alter someone's day, regardless of what they are going through. Understand? And the other thing is that abuse, whatever it is, physically, emotionally, mentally, sexually, doesn't matter what abuse it is, it should never be covered up. And mothers, we need to stop protecting the fathers and the uncles and the brothers, because and the grandfathers too, because we know that those are the persons that are abusing our children, not only girls but boys as well. We need to stop covering for them. We need to believe our children when they come to us and tell us that they have been abused. We should believe, investigate. We should not shut down the very thought, because I've learned that no one cannot be trusted, because you can leave your children with persons that you think you might trust, and that person turn around abusing your child. And when that child comes to you and say, hey, mommy, daddy touched me, or uncle touched me, or my cousin touched me, but you don't believe because you trust these persons, how can you not believe your child? You need to believe your child. Parents, you need to believe your child. Alright? Another objective that I intend to bring across is healing, because a lot of persons, they have not dealt with their childhood abuse. They have not spoken about it ever. Since the day it happened, they have not told anyone about it. And they walk around, like I said earlier, with a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, and it's like they cannot trust anyone. And you know the funny thing about it? The funniest thing about it is that childhood trauma leads to depression. Childhood trauma leads to anxiety. So most of the mental illness that we face in our society are we go through, is because of childhood trauma. We become depressed, we become anxious, we cannot trust anyone. Some of us become antisocial because we are afraid of people. But this show, this podcast, this vlog is here to promote healing for anyone, everyone that is participating, who will tell their story, and everyone that is watching. This podcast is to do just that, healing. I am also here to encourage. I am also here to advocate for the voiceless. And I'm also here to offer strength, because we go through so much. We go through so much on a regular basis, and because we are afraid, we do not know who to tell, we do not know who to vent to, we walk around with these hurts. Listen, as a confession, from my very first episode, I, Kimanie Campbell, I was sexually abused. I was only 8 years old when my cousin decided that me not supposed to have woman features, and him want to know what it look like. I was 8 years old and my cousin was 18. Even though it did not reach the point of where we had sex, but it touched me in places that it should not have. How can an 18-year-old look at an 8-year-old and say him want to see what she have because she have woman feature? What kind of woman feature 8-year-old can have? What kind? And when he did what he did, he is going to let it look as if I wanted it. I was 8. And when somebody tell us, hey, if I tell your mother, you're going to get beaten, trust me, you're not going to tell your mother because you don't want to be beaten. But honestly, when he tell me that, deep down in my heart, I knew what he was telling me was wrong. I knew what he was doing was wrong. But because of the fear of getting beaten, Me never tell nobody. But listen, parents, we need to to have a relationship with our girls, with our boys, that anything happen, they won't fear of being flogged. They won't get fear of being flogged. Anything will happen, they can easily run to you and say, Mommy, so and so did this, so and so did that. And they know that you will have their back. They know that you will believe them. They know that they won't get any beating because it is wrong. We parents need to talk to their children about the good touch and bad touch. I did not have that talk. But regardless of me not having the talk, I knew something was wrong. I knew something was wrong. And for years, I kept that secret. And, I haven't shared it with my parents even now. And I'm an adult. This is actually the first time I think they're going to hear about it. Because I couldn't tell them. I was afraid. And this man was supposed to be my cousin. My parents trusted him to look after my brother and I. He had no right to do what he did. He had no right because my parents trusted him. And oh my God, this video, this vlog, this podcast is a what should I say? I don't even. This podcast is allow people to vent, to talk, to share, to whatever emotion that they want to display. I am not going to judge because I understand. A lot of persons have been gone through worse than I have gone through. But God, I believe that God has called me to do this ministry so that persons can be healed. That's what I think. And that is what I'm going to do. So, as you watch these episodes, I pray that, I trust that you will be encouraged. If you have been abused, I pray that you will be encouraged. I pray that you will be strengthened, and that whatever you are going through, if you are a child, if you are a teenager, if you are an adult, I pray that you will find the courage to go to someone and talk to someone about what you have gone through or what you are going through. And I pray that when you go to someone, that they will not judge you, that they will believe you and investigate on your behalf. Because that's all someone we want, is an advocate, somebody who can listen to us. And this show is to show that you can rise above anything, regardless of what had happened, because I had a trauma, and honestly, I held on to it. It was always in the back of my mind. And you know that one day I said that I am not going to let this define me. I am not going to let what had happened define me. Because him what do him do, I live him life. I do all sorts of evil, whatever he is doing. And he is living his life. Why should I not enjoy my life that God has given me? The Lord said, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. And what he has done to me, God not gonna make him not get punished for it. You understand? So, what has happened to you? And if you have not shared it, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. and he will avenge anyone who has wronged you, even if you have not told anyone, because he sees and he knows. And the scripture that I want to leave based on the name of the show. The scripture that the show is based on is 2 Corinthians 4:8-9, and it says, "We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed." And this comes to remind us that whatever we go through, once we have life, the devil no win, the enemy no win, that person did not win, because we are not destroyed. We have been crushed. We have been crushed by persons who we trusted. We have been crushed, but we have not been destroyed. And we are here alive to tell the tales. So I pray that you will continue to view. I pray that you will subscribe. I pray that you will like. I pray that you will share, because these stories need to be told and they need to be heard. Thank you for watching.
And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on